I say, yo, welcome to the BBW show. You feel me? We took battle rap, basketball, and wrestling. The topic today is wrestling. More importantly, the icon Sting. If you don't know, this is Sting's last year. You feel me? This is last year wrestling. He said that in interviews. Everybody's announced it. You feel me? This is Sting retirement year. Now, I've decided to make this video on how should Sting go out. How should Sting go out, honestly. Sting's had a great career when you think about it. He's did like four decades in wrestling. 4 different decades in wrestling, you feel me? Only a few people has done that. Undertaker, Ric Flair, you can't even say Shawn Michaels was in 4 different decades, really, as an active competitor. But Sting was in 4 different decades as an active competitor. Wrestled for every promotion. Jim Crockett Promotions, before it was WCW, WWE, TNA, and now he's in AEW. You feel me? Very, very long career. And then you look at everybody else that was wrestling with Sting. Lex Luger, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan. Like, all of the guys that was in the 90s with him, bro, them niggas is done. All of them niggas is done, bro. Sting is literally the last. Jeff Jarrett like to call himself the last outlaw. Sting is the real last outlaw, bro. Gangster. He's the last major star from the 90s currently still wrestling. We don't even know if Goldberg is still wrestling. You feel me? That's crazy when you think about it, bro. Salute to Sting. Now, Sting is 64 years old. That's crazy too. 64. We really can't tell because he wear face paint, but he's 64 years old, bro. 64. He wrestled for WCW 7 years. Then he was in Jim Crockett Promotions before that for 7 years. He did 9 years in TNA, like it was a bid, gangster. He did a decade in TNA, like a jail bid. 9 years, bro. Every year, 1 year contract. Every year, 1 year contract. Every year, 1 year contract. Multiple time world champion, gangster. And he's one of the major stars that actually gave back to TNA. He's one of them. Kurt Angle gave back to TNA, Christian. But everybody else that was a major star, they just took from TNA. Kevin Nash, I don't feel like he ever gave back. Hulk Hogan, he never gave back to TNA, you feel me? The Dudley Boys, you could say they gave back to a little bit. They gave back a lot, actually. They gave back a lot. But Sting was one of the first major stars that went to TNA after WCW folded, and he was there ever since, you feel me? He eventually comes to WWE in what? 2014? He comes to WWE, has his debut at Survivor Series. That's where Dolph Ziggler gets to be the sole survivor. Moment of his life. You feel me? Then we eventually get Sting versus Triple H at WrestleMania. A lot of people think we should have got Sting versus Undertaker. That year we ended up getting Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt. And that match was bad. So if Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt was bad, why do you think Sting versus Undertaker would have been good? You feel me? That match would have been bad too, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That match would have been bad. A lot of people hate that Triple H won that match. It's like, bro, who cares? That was like, it's 2 old guys fighting. Who really cares about who won? You feel me? After that, we end up getting Sting challenging for the WWE title at Night of Champions 2015 against Seth Rollins. That was his last match, you feel me? Sting gets injured in that match. Never wrestles for the what? Like the next 7 years, 6 years. Does not wrestle, ends up retiring in WWE, leaves WWE, signs with AEW, you feel me? That was a big deal. That was a big deal. He signs with AEW. A lot of people was like, bro, why did y'all sign Sting? Why do y'all need Sting? And it was in the pandemic era. It was in the pandemic era, bro. I remember that. A lot of people like, why do y'all need Sting? What is he going to bring? You feel me? He can't even wrestle. Sting was getting busy in that ring. He's been wrestling his ass off, bro. Gangster. We only seen Sting a few limited times in AEW so far. Every time we seen Sting, it's been great. Not even good. It's been great, bro. Every time we see Sting wrestle now, it like blows my mind, bro. It blows my expectations completely out the water. Gangster. He only had like what, 5 matches in AEW? All of them been tag matches. He wrestled Team Taz in a cinematic match. He wrestled Team Dan Lambert, Scorpio Sky, and Ethan Page, him and Darby Allin. He wrestled Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. That was a good match. He wrestled FTR, Gangster. We got Sting and Darby versus FTR. Then we got Sting, Darby, and CM Punk versus FTR and MJF. That was a great match. That was a great six-man tag. Then we got Sting, Darby Allin, and Shingo Takagi versus the Young Bucks and El Phantasmo last year at Forbidden Door. Like, listen to these matches, bro. All of the top stars, all of the top tag teams he was wrestling with. Sting versus the Young Bucks. Sting versus FTR. Like, I never thought we would have got those matches, bro. And we end up getting them. So, salute to Tony Khan. Salute to AEW for that. How does he end his career now? How does he end his career? Like, what is his last match? Do we do another tag team match with him and Darby? I don't want to see him versus Darby one-on-one. I'm putting that out there. I do not want to see that. Darby will kill himself and kill Sting in that match. I don't want to see that. Do they win the tag titles? I don't think we see that either. I don't know if I want to see Sting and Darby win the tag titles. At first I did, but I wanted them to beat the Young Bucks. I feel like the Sting and Darby beating the Ass Boys, I feel like that's not nothing, respectfully. That would be a major pop, but that's not nothing. And then for them just to relinquish the titles after that, that's kind of stupid to me. So I wouldn't want that. As painful as it sounds, I kind of think we might get Sting last match against Chris Jericho. I think that, bro. I think we might get Sting last match against Chris Jericho. Now, they have never fought each other, ever. Chris Jericho is another one of the few guys that have been around 40 years. From 1990 to 2023. Going on 40 years for Chris Jericho, bro. That's crazy. So I feel like that's a match that we've never seen. That's a dream match in a sense. Sting versus Chris Jericho. Both of them are past their proms easily. But they are both great talkers. Like when Chris Jericho want to be serious and cut a serious promo, he's a great talker. Same thing with Sting, bro. Sting is a great talker. He's a great promo now. He wasn't always like that. But Sting is a great promo right now. You feel me? So I honestly feel like that would be a great way to end Sting's career. Sting versus Chris Jericho for his last match on pay-per-view. Possibly at Forbidden Door 2 in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I don't know. That's just my opinion on how I would have Sting go out. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll be back with more.